Hello again. I'm actually uploading the previous video that you saw of our first day of Guatemala right now. But Brianna, explain to us what's going on with your vegetables.
Sorry, I'm trying to kill the fly that was in here so it doesn't get on our vegetables. There it is.
Oh, so close.
Okay, well, so one of the missionaries gave us like instructions on how to like disinfect the produce, because the produce needs to be like cleaned thoroughly so you don't get sick. And so today I bought this little bowl which says no time to siesta, it's time to fiesta, which like isn't even a Guatemalan thing. Like it at the bottom there was a sticker that said it's from Mexico. But we've heard multiple things of like you can use pure water to wash them, or you can use tap water and just add a bleach solution, which I know it sounds crazy to like eat bleach, but like you dry it off so you're not actually eating the bleach, you're just killing any bacteria.
And you can't really taste it. You get used to the taste.
Yeah, but there's also this stuff which like I don't know how to use. I don't know, it's the most confusing thing for me so far is just cleaning produce, but I followed the instructions that one of the missionaries gave us and washed them, let them soak in the bleach water solution, and now you're supposed to air dry them, but there's this fly and I don't want the fly on the produce, so
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I know, it's just annoying and we don't have a fly swatter.
So, with all of that, we need a lot more water than we currently have to wash things and just to drink. So we love our little apartment here that we have while we're at language school, but this is all we have to have filtered water, and we need to get a bigger one. So just like for comparison, this fills up like one of these. That's about the same amount of water that you get in it.
So it's like you fill it this clay pot with water and it filters through and you get pure water on the bottom. There's this little spout, but it's just too small to like function with.
Yeah, so and that's okay, but we're gonna need one for when we move into our own apartment anyway. So we're about to go walk down to the hardware store that Luis told us about, and we're gonna try to buy our own EcoFilter and see how that goes. And they have them in so many different designs I've seen before. So I'm excited to see what they have at the hardware store. So come on, let's go.
Here, wait, before we go,
Okay.
Look at this great bread that I found today. A lot of the bread in the grocery stores is just like white bread, and then I found this lovely brown bread, which I'm super stoked about. All right, let's go.
Okay. So we have no idea what we're doing. We just bought a filter. Here's our receipt. But they sent us over here and said to come on the other side. I'm not sure what happens. Here comes somebody. Hola.
¿Trae vehículo? Car?
No.
No, oh yeah.
Caminando.
Oh yeah. Es de los... Ahorita acá.
Yes, gracias. Alright, so we asked if we had a car, and no, we're walking. So we have no idea how heavy they're gonna be, but we'll find out. She's carrying a heavy 2 gallons of water, and I guess I'll carry the filter, or whichever one is heavier, so we'll find out. They'll also deliver for you, look at that.
What'd you get?
We got an Eco Filtro.
There's the lights.
And wow, what an experience.
Yeah, it really was.
We went to the hardware store, which is only a couple blocks away, and we walked towards like the back, and it was like the pickup area. So we learned that like you can download their app and they'll like, you can drive in there and pick it up. We don't have a car yet though. But he told us to go to the other side. I'm like, okay, go wait in line there. We finally get in. Then they send us to this line, and we're thinking it's a hardware store. Like you walk in like a Home Depot or whatever and look around. But you had to like order at one spot just by like pointing at like the display.
And I was like, I want the pretty one, but I didn't know how to tell them exactly which one I wanted.
Yeah, so we got that. We told them which one it was. The guy came out and like told us the different prices. settled on it. Then he wrote down some numbers on a sheet. We took that to someone else in like a little window box where they take all the money. And then after that, we took that receipt to someone else who stamped it and then told us like to go to the other side. And we're like, we did all that, went outside, and we're like, okay, we don't really know. So then we walk out to like where the pickup area is, where you could drive in and pick it up. And the guy took the receipt and like asked us like where our car was. I was like, we're walking. I was like, oh, okay. He took our thing, and then we're just waiting. And we don't understand everything that's being said to us yet. So we're just like, I think they're gonna bring it out. And so we waited just a couple minutes, and then sure enough, they brought it out. They even opened it up to make sure it wasn't broken and that was a real one, or that it was the right one.
Yeah.
And then they even told us that you got to replace the filter every 2 years, and really helped us out. And then we had to carry it all the way back.
And I carried this.
So let's go open it up and show you guys what it looks like. Oh, the light's on here, Hope?
That light switch is over
Turn
there.
that one on. Unboxing!
There you go.
All right, here's an unboxing, you guys. This is our first ever EcoFilter together. It comes with a complimentary fridge magnet that will write like the date of when to change it. Oh, okay, I guess that's not metal. Instructions. I think this is really cool. It says Antigua, Guatemala in it.
That is cool.
So this is the lid that'll go on top. And they make these in like a lot of different materials and sizes and stuff.
And we were told to get like the higher quality one because it doesn't get like algae and stuff like that.
So this part, I don't know if you guys can see, is the filter. This part will go inside, and this is what the water will go in here and then filter out the bottom. I'll set that over there. That's all right. I got a beard hair in my mouth. And here is, this is the best part, the fanciest looking part, our EcoFilter.
Yeah, it's cute.
Look at that.
I figure like we're gonna use this all the time, so we might as well go with the high quality one. And it's cute.
Yeah, it's a nice design. It'll go good in our home when we have our own apartment someday, and we'll be able to have a lot more water here. So that is our journey.
And this will help with like washing veggies and making sure we always have pure water.
Mm-hmm.
Agua pura.
How'd you feel about your first day of school?
That was good. I have a lot to learn. I'm just happy that I have a background in Spanish. Like I've taken some classes before in high school and college, so I feel like I'm not starting from ground zero, but I still have a lot to go. How about you?
Yeah, the same. So this is the way that our classes went. I'll tell you how mine went actually, and then Brianna can tell you how hers went. So my teacher's name is Guillermo, which I learned is Spanish for William.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I've known the name Guillermo a long time, never knew that. But yeah, so we started the class by just basically talking. We talked about like my favorite food and like where I come from, what my mom and dad do, that kind of stuff. And then
What is your favorite food?
I told him Mexican, but I couldn't think of it. But then later on in the conversation, when he mentioned bread, I started to talk to him about how, like, you know, all bread products are basically my favorite food. And then pancakes. I don't know. I had to say something, which is hard. Like when I don't really have something, but you have to say something to practice. Mm-hmm. So we did that, and then. I told him I wanted to, because we basically were just talking and you're learning by conversing with them. I told him that I wanted to learn about the Guatemalan Civil War because we don't really have a lot of resources on that in the States. It's kind of or you're getting it from like our perspective, and I wanted to get it from a Guatemalan's perspective. So that was really interesting. I could do a whole other video on that, so I'll kind of let that go for now. But we did that, and then I had a break. We get a break at 10:30, both me and Brianna. We get a break at 10:30, or 10 to 10:30. And then after that, we kind of went over vocabulary, and he taught me like the difference between ser and estar, which are two different verbs that both mean to be, but ser is like things that don't change. Like I am an American, or I am a Guatemalan, or that kind of stuff, or I am tall. Like those things don't change. But then estar is things that do change, like, I don't know.
Like estoy contento. You're not always content. It changes.
There you go. So yeah, talked about those kind of things, and then it actually went, for me, it seemed like it went by pretty fast.
It went fast for me till like the last maybe like 15 minutes, and my brain was just like done. And she was talking to me, and I'm like kind of nodding, but then kind of just like, I don't know what you're saying.
So what was your day like then?
We started just by having a conversation, basically. Like, she asked me about where I'm from, she asked me about my family, she asked what it's like in California with the coronavirus, and then we talked about what it's like in Guatemala with the coronavirus. We went over kind of like basic vocabulary, like numbers and letters and family, which I actually learned some words that I need to review, so I actually like keep them in my head. About like there was one word for like daughter-in-law, which I can't even remember what it is, but I had never heard it before. And then I also learned about ser and estar, and then we talked about like math terms, like plus, minus, division, and that, and I was like, oh my gosh, this lady's making me doing math and Spanish, and it was just crazy. That's all I have to say about that.
I think by the end of it, I felt like so glad that I had a little bit of a background in Spanish, because if I didn't, this would be so difficult.
I felt the same. Like if I had never learned any of the basic Spanish things, then I don't know how I would even like, where I'd even start.
All the conversations I had today, and actually understanding it, and of course they're speaking more basic Spanish, I would assume, for us to be able to understand. But I mean, I got the whole history of the Guatemalan Civil War in my first Spanish lesson. And we talked about a lot of different things, and so it's just, I think right now, and for probably the next week or two, will be like a lot of review, and because there's it's some stuff where like I've learned before, but I like forgotten, and also there's things that Brianna like remembers and talks about, like ser and estar for her, like she always knows those.
Yeah.
But for me, like I completely forgot the difference, and like I'll have to spend a lot of time remembering. And then there's another thing too. There's something else that you always know that I always forget.
Maybe there's a lot of things.
Yeah, there is.
But you know a lot of things that I don't know, so it works out.
So there's just, it's funny, I told her today, I was like, all right, you'll learn half of Spanish and I'll learn the other half, and we'll be okay. Because there's just certain stuff that for some reason each of us have picked up on and the other one hasn't. So anyway, I think we're both about the same in our abilities. It's just we both have remembered different things. Yeah. But we did get our Eco Filter set up, and still need to make a video showing you how it works. But that has been just a little update thus far. But what we've been doing right now, we're at the little ampersand cafe.
Like he drew a smiley face.
Oh, nice. He did it online too. I got the regional, just regular coffee, and she got a latte. Not affiliated with Ampersand in Fresno, the ice cream store, but pretty cool. Got anything else to say before I wrap it up?
No, time for homework.
Dun, dun, dun. See you next time.